K2 Blue 7 has two questions. How and when did you all meet and become friends? Well, with Dave, I've known Dave since he was in first grade and I was in kindergarten, and we were in Boy Scouts together, and I met you through another Boy Scout troop, so that's pretty much how we met, and we became fast friends. So, and the other question is there a director out there whom you notice creating more quality original material?
Well, right now I'm just not. I haven't been following the movies that have been coming out as closely as I used to. As far as filmmakers, the thing in the last few movies I've seen, James Gunn, who did Super. I really wish he would go and do more movies because I really enjoyed Super, and it was like that was made on $1 million budget.
Oh yeah.
It was like, well, if you just gave this guy some more money and just let him go nuts, an actor, filmmaker like that, and a few of the other ones I think are starting to fade away, but I think David Fincher is going to be one to always keep your eye on, and Christopher Nolan. Those are always like the big heavyweights, because no matter what, they're going to have the studio's full support and let them do whatever movie they want.
Yeah. When I saw this question, I thought of Duncan Jones when he made Moon, and he recently made Source Code. I mean, with Moon, he makes movies that make you think, and I know that's not anything new, because, Kubrick, 2001, a movie that make you think, but he takes these social issues in both of these films, and he puts on a what-if approach to it. I can't give away what they're about, because I think, for me, these are probably the more fresher ones for me. Moon I liked more than Source Code, because Source Code was written by the guy who wrote some direct-to-DVD Species sequels, and I think if you gave it to anybody, this movie would have sucked, but Duncan Jones makes it work. That's why I think I liked Moon much more than Source Code, but I think he can... Moon didn't have a big budget either, and he pulled it off very well.
Moon was great because it used, miniatures, things that, if any other studio had their hands on it, would be like, no, you can just do those CGI effect shots. You don't need to do miniatures. It's okay. That kind of thing. And, there's the performances in that movie, too. Sam Rockwell makes that movie, I think. I think that's what makes the movie so believable, is him in that role. But Moon is just a terrific example. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Yeah, definitely. And Source Code did pretty well at the box office, so I think people are definitely going to hire him for more movies. Devin... 1,400. Are you guys trying to pursue a career in filmmaking or acting? I do have a degree in broadcasting, but I haven't found a job with it yet. I went to film school for a few years, and I'm still chipping at it, so we'll see. I think anyone who's doing this kind of work is generally looking to pursue a career in some sort of media. Now they're all kind of coming together. Film, television, internet, music, everything's kind of becoming... one big media
Astro market. Rule 25. What types of horror movies scare you more, the slasher type or the psychological type? By psychological, I mean demon-like movies that have been coming out lately. And, I don't know, my type of horror movie that I really like are the old horror movies from the 30s where, take Frankenstein, where it makes the humans and society the monster. And I also like movies where they don't really overdo it on the gore. Sometimes they'll leave it to your imaginations, like they'll do something in the shadow, or they'll do a shot where the killer's about to stab somebody and it cuts to another shot. I like movies where it gives me more, it focuses more on the atmosphere and the mood with the lighting and all that, as opposed to, showing, demons and blood and all that
Just
stuff.
Senseless violence. Yeah. Well, I'm going to bring up, what do I prefer? I actually prefer both equally, because I think, a director is going to have psychological tools in their tool chest they can pull out, and they're going to have, the blunt weapons they can pull out of their tool chest. Special effects are equally as powerful as, I think, as you can create with silence and just noise in the background. I'm going to bring up two movies. Paranormal Activity was a great movie that just created a lot of chills. There's almost no kills in the movie, and yet is, regardless of what you think about the movie, it was very effective in creating an environment that completely existed off camera, almost, it felt. And
some people might disagree with you on that.
Well, another movie, for example, I recently saw was Piranha 3D. This was one movie where they put all the blood and guts up front, right there. They have a minimal. They just have a story to thread along what's happening, but it's blood and guts. And as soon as I turned off the TV, I immediately forgot about the movie. It was really forgettable. I think when you rely too much on it, like in a movie like Piranha, you kind of end up polarizing the audiences. And blood and guts movies aren't the ones that aren't going to be watched 20 years down the line.
And our last question is from Braindead 107. What are you guys' opinion on Dan O'Bannon's Return of the Living Dead? I've never seen it.
I haven't either, so it will be on our to watch.
Okay, guys, that's it for our Ask the Critics segment. So thank you very much for all the questions you have asked us. I hope we answered it, as close to what you wanted from us. And if you guys enjoyed this segment, tell us what you thought of the Ask the Critics segment, and maybe in the future we'll bring it back. Or if there's something that you didn't like that you think we should have done a better job on, tell us. Post any comments you have in the comment box. And like I said, we're not taking any more questions. This was the last video. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you next time on R&B Reviews.